Breaking news! The Philadelphia Eagles are officially shaking things up in 2026, and you need to hear this right now. Before we dive into the madness, I want to give a massive shout out to our loyal subscribers. Do you want a shout out in our next video? Go ahead and drop your name and city in the comment section below right now. We are looking at a potential quarterback battle that nobody saw coming. The depth chart is shifting, the stakes are rising, and the tension in Philadelphia is absolutely real. Let's get into the details of this situation. Everything we thought we knew about the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback depth chart is currently being thrown out the window as we head deep into the 2026 offseason. For months, the consensus was locked in, but the latest developments during the first day of open media availability for OTAs have completely flipped the script. When the cameras started rolling and the reporters were watching, it wasn't the expected names stepping up in the rotation. Instead, we saw veteran Andy Dalton taking the QB2 reps, effectively jumping over Tanner Mckee in the pecking order during that specific session. This caught everyone by surprise, and it has sent shockwaves through the fan base and the media alike. Is this just a routine adjustment in the middle of a busy minicamp, or are we witnessing the beginning of a genuine summer quarterback battle that will dominate headlines for the next few months? The fact that the Eagles are currently carrying 4 quarterbacks on their roster makes this entire scenario even more complicated. Many experts are starting to wonder if the front office is preparing to make a move, potentially looking to trade Mckee if they find the right partner to negotiate with. By giving Dalton these premium reps, they might be showcasing his readiness or simply prepping him for an elevated role sooner than we anticipated. The Eagles are known for being calculated, and nothing they do is ever an accident. Could they be angling for draft compensation for 2027 by dangling a talented young quarterback like Mckee? Or is this simply a case of managing a veteran asset during the grind of May? Either way, the intensity is rising. You need to hit that like button if you think the Eagles are making the right call here by keeping their options open and pushing these guys to compete every single day. This is the kind of drama that makes the NFL offseason so addictive, and the Philly faithful are already buzzing with theories about what this means for the team. We are going to analyze every single snap, every practice report, and every whisper coming out of NovaCare Complex to ensure you have the full picture as this unfolding situation progresses throughout the summer. Stick with us as we break down the reality behind these reps. So, what is the master plan for the Philadelphia Eagles? We have to look at the facts. Tanner Mckee has been firmly established as the QB2 on the official depth chart for a very specific reason. He is the guy designated to be the immediate backup to Jalen Hurts, the one tasked with stepping into the fire if the franchise leader is forced to miss a snap or an extended period due to injury. That role carries immense weight. Yet here we are talking about Andy Dalton taking the reps. Why exactly is this happening at minicamp? The simplest explanation might actually be the most accurate one. Minicamp is designed for experimentation and logistical distribution of labor. Dalton needs those high-value reps as the QB2 because, let's be honest, many of the players lining up with the second-team offense during these sessions will be crucial contributors come September. The roster currently features a bloated 90-man group, which will be ruthlessly trimmed down to 53 in late August. By giving Dalton the chance to throw to the second-team wide receivers and tight ends, and by having him operate behind the second-team offensive line, the coaching staff is getting a clear view of his synergy with the depth pieces that make up the backbone of the team. This is not necessarily an indictment on Tanner Mckee, even if the headlines make it seem like a demotion. We know for a fact that Mckee actually took those same QB2 reps during the Tuesday practice session that was closed to the media. This tells us the Eagles are actively rotating these guys on a day-to-day basis, likely trying to gauge who handles the pressure better and who elevates the unit around them more effectively. It's a smart way to keep both veterans and young prospects on their toes. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the Eagles' strategy, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on this evolving story. The competition is healthy, the atmosphere is electric, and the Eagles are making sure that whoever is behind Jalen Hurts is going to be battle-tested and ready to win games when it counts. It is all about depth, preparation, and maximizing every ounce of talent on this roster before the season kicks off in September. Now let's look at the case for Andy Dalton. We are talking about a seasoned veteran entering his 16th year in the league, a former Pro Bowler who has seen absolutely everything the NFL can throw at him. Bringing a player of his caliber into the locker room at a bargain price of only $1.5 million is a masterstroke of roster management. He brings a level of experience that is difficult to quantify, with a staggering 169 starts under his belt throughout his career. Even last season, when he was with the Carolina Panthers, Dalton proved that he is still capable of stepping into a game and leading an offense when called upon. This situation gives the Eagles incredible leverage. They essentially have two backup quarterbacks on the roster who have legitimate experience as starters in this league, which is a massive strategic advantage that many other organizations simply do not possess behind their starting quarterback. If the Eagles decide that they are confident in their depth, they could potentially use this leverage to trade Mckee and secure future draft capital for 2027. Think about it. There are teams across the NFL that might be struggling with their current quarterback situation or looking for a young player with high upside to come in and compete with their current starter. If a team comes knocking with a solid offer during training camp, the Eagles are in a position of power. Either Mckee or Dalton could become expendable, depending on how the next few months play out, and the front office is smart enough to listen to any call that improves the team's long-term outlook. This is how championship-caliber organizations operate, by constantly evaluating their assets and never staying satisfied with the status quo. The fans in Philadelphia should be excited about the level of expertise present in the QB room right now. Having a mentor like Dalton around is also invaluable for someone like Jalen Hurts and for the development of younger players. Whether Dalton remains the QB3 or pushes for the backup job, his presence is already paying dividends in the way the team is approaching these OTA sessions. It's a high-stakes chess match, and the Eagles are currently playing it with total precision. Keep those likes coming if you agree that veteran presence is a huge asset for this squad. We absolutely cannot overlook the wild card in this entire scenario: Cole Payton. This summer is going to be the ultimate litmus test for his growth and his future within this organization. We all want to see exactly how ready Payton is to handle the responsibilities of being a legitimate QB3 and how much he has developed since his arrival. Is he going to be utilized primarily as an H-back during his first year, a position that takes advantage of his athleticism, or do the Eagles have a genuine intention to develop him as a quarterback who can run the offense? Furthermore, we have to address the elephant in the room. Will the Eagles actually keep 4 quarterbacks on their final 53-man roster? That is a luxury that very few teams can afford, especially with so many talented players fighting for spots at other positions. So far, we have only seen Payton getting looks in 7-on-7 drills during the open OTA sessions. We still need to wait for the real intensity to ramp up, specifically when the pads come on and we get to see how he performs during live reps in training camp and the preseason. If Payton comes out and lights it up, if he shows that he has the command, the accuracy, and the poise to lead an NFL offense, he might just force the Eagles' hand and make that roster decision incredibly difficult for the front office. This summer is going to be absolutely intriguing as we watch the development of Payton and see what the coaching staff has in store for him within this high-octane scheme. The Eagles have the rare luxury of letting this entire situation play out with their 3 backup quarterbacks, seeing who rises to the top and who fits the long-term vision of the team best. It's a delicate balance of development, competition, and strategic planning, and every single snap during the coming weeks is going to be crucial. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we are going to be tracking every move Cole Payton makes on the field. You don't want to miss a second of this development as we wait to see if a star is born right before our eyes in Philadelphia. The situation with the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback room is becoming one of the most fascinating storylines of the 2026 offseason. With Jalen Hurts leading the way, the depth battle between Andy Dalton, Tanner Mckee, and the wildcard Cole Payton is going to define the depth chart for the coming months. Will the Eagles decide to keep 4, or will a trade be on the horizon before the season begins? This is exactly the kind of competition that builds character and prepares a team for the long road to the Super Bowl. We have covered the strategy, the veteran experience, and the potential for a youth movement. But now we want to hear from you. We want to know your take on this intense competition. Do you think the Eagles should keep Tanner Mckee as the primary backup, or are you ready to see the veteran Andy Dalton step into that role to provide more stability for the team? Drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts on this potential quarterback shuffle. We will be reading your comments and reacting to your theories in our next video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and keep cheering for the Eagles.